Hello, how are you? My name is Robert Richter. This is my speech. I'm 21 years old and I work at a bank. Let me show you my audience. That is my mom on the left. That is my brother's girlfriend Claudia, and that is my brother Michael. Alright. Basically, this video is for people who want to maximize their money and who want to have more money at the end of the month. You know, for people who never seem to have enough money at the end of the month because they have too many expenses or whatever the case may be. I'm going to go over 3 basic things: saving, cutting down on expenses, and eliminating debt. Warren Buffett has a pretty cool quote. For those of you who don't know who Warren Buffett is, he is a 82-year-old billionaire investor. He's known as the greatest investor of the 20th century. He owns Berkshire Hathaway, which is a company who owns a lot of other sub-companies such as Geico, Dairy Queen, Wells Fargo, IBM, American Express, a bunch of other companies. So he's pretty knowledgeable. He says, don't save after spending, but spend after saving. Basically meaning, don't spend all your money and then at the end of the month see what you have left over so you can save, but instead see your income and plan out your, how much you want to save for whatever your goal may be, and then plan out your expenses accordingly. Save up for things, save up for goals. If you want to buy a house, save up for that. If you want to buy a car, save up for that. If you want to take a vacation, saving's an important thing in my opinion, and we should save for the things that we want to do to enjoy life. If you don't have enough money at the end of the month to save, then you should probably cut down on your expenses. You can cut down on your expenses a bunch of ways. If you drive an expensive car and you really can't afford it that much, or you don't have enough money at the end of the month, cut down on that car, get a cheaper car, maybe buy a used car. If you go out to eat a lot at restaurants, cut down on that, cook food, go out less. Cut down on your cell phone bill and your cable bill. There's a bunch of ways. Just cut down, look at your expenses and see what you can cut down. My next subject is basically debt. If you don't have debt, good. You're doing good. If you have debt, get rid of it as quickly as possible. Basically, credit cards are not your friends. I'm not saying credit cards are bad, because we need credit cards and loans and all that so we can build credit. But basically, be smart with it and try to minimize the amount of debt you put on yourself. If you have $1,000 in your bank account and you have $1,000, to your credit cards, you essentially have $0. So, just be smart. All 3 of these topics go hand in hand together. The less you spend on expenses, the more you can save, which then you could pay off your debt. And once you're debt free, all the money you save is 100% yours, and you could do whatever you want to do with that. Whether it's go on vacation or buy a house, whatever. You have that money at the end of the month. Basically, this is a little example that I did. Alright, this is Jim and Bob. They are both 25-year-old males. They both have a net income of $2,500 a month. Bob used to have Jim's expenses until he cut down. Jim has a house, he pays $700 a month. Bob realized he doesn't need that big of a house, so he found another place and he pays $500 a month. Jim pays $400 for his car, while Bob cut down, bought a used car, he pays $200. Jim goes out a lot to expensive restaurants, and he spends $500 a month in food, while Bob cut down on going out and he cooks now, and he spends $300. Jim $180 in cable, Bob cut down to $100. Jim pays $150 for the phone, Bob cut down to $90. And Jim owes on credit cards, so he has to pay at least $100 to keep up with his credit cards, while Bob paid off his credit cards and he pays nothing. So at the end of the month, Jim has a total expense of $2,030, while Bob has a total expense of $1,190, which leaves Jim with only $470 at the end of the month, and Bob with $1,310. He's happy, he's sad, he gets to spend a lot more money on vacations and whatever he wants to spend it on, while Jim is a slave to his job just to pay all these things. So that's basically it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.